Before I show you how I made it, take a look at this. That's the kind of brisket we're aiming for, tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. Now let's rewind and I'll show you exactly how I got here. Every great brisket starts with preparation. I gathered all my ingredients, and then I realized I had run out of regular salt. Instead of stopping, I grabbed some sea salt and blended it into a finer texture. Cooking is all about adapting. Don't let one missing ingredient keep you from making an amazing meal. Here's the brisket. Before seasoning, I always spend time trimming it. You don't want to remove all the fat, because that fat keeps the meat moist during the cook. I trim away the excess, while leaving enough to protect the brisket and help it develop a beautiful bark. Remember, trimming isn't about making it look pretty, it's about helping it cook evenly. My first seasoning is coarse black pepper. Texas-style brisket is known for keeping things simple. A generous layer of black pepper builds flavor and creates that signature bark. Next comes the salt. I make sure both sides are evenly seasoned because every slice should be flavorful. You don't want one side carrying all the seasoning. A light spray of oil helps the seasoning stick to the meat. You don't need much, just enough to act as a binder. Now I wrap the brisket and let it sit so the seasoning has time to work its way into the meat. While it's resting, I clean my workspace. One thing I always say is this: great food starts with a clean kitchen. Cleaning as you go keeps everything organized and helps prevent cross-contamination. Now it's time for the grill. Before cooking, I always clean the grates. Clean grates help prevent sticking and keep unwanted flavors off your food. I also keep the heat low because brisket loves low and slow cooking. You can't rush good barbecue. With the grill ready, it's finally time to place the brisket on. At this point, all you need is patience. Let the smoke and heat do the work. As the brisket cooks, it starts releasing flavorful juices. I like to save those juices because they're liquid gold. They'll help keep the brisket moist later in the cook. Now I wrap the brisket in butcher paper along with those juices and move it to the oven to finish cooking. Wrapping helps push it through the stove while still protecting that beautiful bark. After hours of cooking and resting, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to unwrap it and see the results. Listen to that knife glide through the meat. That's exactly what you want. If you've never made a brisket before, don't be intimidated. Look at those juices and that smoke ring. That's the reward for taking your time and trusting the process. Follow these steps, be patient, and you'll be surprised by what you can create at home.